Gamescom is currently underway, and with that being said, what have we learned about Starfield in these last few days? I got some interesting, juicy tidbits for you, so stay tuned. First of all, there are interviews with both Todd Howard and Pete Hines discussing Starfield and what is to come on Thursday when this game actually launches. Pete's interview was pretty long and he gave away a bunch of juicy details that we'll go over. Now, because I don't want to misrepresent anything that was said, I will be linking in the description the actual links to both of the videos that I watched, so that way you can actually hear it from the horse's mouth, so to speak. In the interview with Pete and Todd, both of them alluded that we will start the game playing as a miner. Todd then went to go on to say that at that time we'll touch an artifact and you will get to see into space-time. Now, is that the magical ability that we saw in the trailer? I am really dying to know. What do you guys think? Pete goes on to say that the game doesn't really get started till you finish the main story. He even said that he played for 80 hours without touching the main quest. And at Todd's request, he actually switched over from the game that he was playing over to the main quest, and he said it was like being in two different games. And he revealed that he also played the main story for about 50 hours. So it sounds like we'll be getting a lot of game to play just by that statement. Pete went on to say that this is actually his favorite BGS story and an end to a story that has been done by BGS. Just by what he said so far, my attention has already been grabbed and my brain just cannot stop grinding those wheels. It's like my hamster's on overdrive, and I just can't stop thinking about this game and what is actually going to be seen on Thursday. Pete discussed your skills. He actually said that your skills will determine what you can or can't do. So you can't do everything on day one. He also said that the robot companion is one of your first companions that you'll get, and it is a fan favorite already. He revealed even more about companions, saying that some of them get upset if you pick locks because they all have their own personalities, they all have their own skills, and you'll shortly learn which ones you need to leave on the ship and which ones you should take with you depending on what your activities are. He also highlighted a perk that is in one of the perk trees. He said to make sure that you do special projects perk. It is down one of the trees. He said that he feels like Iron Man and he can actually make all sorts of weapons and armor that you can't make without this perk. When discussing looting, he actually said that he played most of the time overloaded with junk, but could fast travel to the ship, and that the captain's lockers and cargo holds are two different things on the ship, so that's going to be two different stash spaces, if you will. When looting bodies, Pete did say that we would be able to loot spacesuits, the jetpacks, the helmets, and that there is no armor in this game, just the spacesuits. Pete also addressed a question about a level cap. He said that there is no level cap as far as that he's aware of or heard of. So this isn't like a 100% thing, but this is what Pete has said. Pete talked at length about ships, saying that you could have cargo ships versus a ship that would carry more passengers, and also would have different classes of ships. So there's like a Class A ship and a Class B ship, and in order to actually get to Class B, you will have to complete so many tasks and actually get into firefights with other ships to progress. Because of these firefights, we may or may not get bounties on our head, which he said could be removed but would be difficult at times. He very highly suggested that we boost pack. It is an awesome perk, and you need to make sure to pick this either first or second, is basically what he said. Boost packing was a perk, and he said that a lot of people are reporting that their boost packs are broken, but they're not actually broken, they just don't have the perk yet, and so they don't realize that they can't use it. You will be able to level up this perk, and he said when you're actually leveling up things, you'll have to reach like a threshold to get to the next level. So you can't do like you did in some of the Fallout games where you're like, I have 5 perk points, I'm going to stick them all in lockpicking. He said you could pick one for lockpicking, but then you'd have to pick so many locks so you could actually unlock to put another perk point into lockpicking again. So he said make sure that you really are being careful where you put your skill points very early on. He said that he said there's no wrong way to actually play the game, but he would suggest that you actually just think about what you're getting ready to do and take advantage of actually investing your perks into the things that you're getting ready to do, since it's right there in front of you and you could advance that perk and complete different things that you need to do to unlock it further. He also highly suggested that we go through the main quest, and when we went through the main quest there would be an optional task that's pretty early on in the quest that will actually walk you through what has happened on Earth. Now, he also revealed that Creation Club is going to be coming for mods, but it will be post-launch. I was really excited to hear something about your looting because, you know, as most of you guys are aware, I am a loot goblin, and that probably will not change even though I'm in space. I have tons of questions about what will actually happen with looting. He at least told me that it sounded like he was overloaded but could fast travel. So do we become over encumbered, or over encumbered as most of you guys would say? Can we actually get into our ship that way? Like, can we fast travel? Can we boost, like he was saying, if we are able to boost? Does gravity play a part in how much you can carry when you're in different atmospheres and such? What type of ship you have, does that matter how much you can carry? Obviously, he did say that we could have like a cargo ship, which would mean we could haul more materials, which kind of answered some of that, but it didn't exactly answer all of my questions. I want to know, can we actually jump when we're in the ship, like jump through time, space, what have you, that they actually call it in the game? I don't want to use the improper terms, so just bear with me on this. But can we jump if we're like, our ship is over encumbered? Like, are we able to actually jump, or will we need to do some type of upgrade or drive, fly real slow before we can actually get to a place where we can jump? There's just so many questions I have. Like I said, the gravity, is it going to play a part? Like, if you're on a planet and the gravity is much lighter there, which means you could probably carry, 3 times your normal weight. Once you get back on your ship and everything is adjusted back to normal, are you going to then be over encumbered because of that? I have a ton of questions. I am still very curious about this space time that Todd mentioned with the artifact. I really want to know what this is all about. Are we going to be able to control space and time? Or are we just going to be able to kind of glimpse into the future? Is there going to be some type of tear in the fabric of space-time, like Interstellar or even Bioshock 3 Infinite? Just, I don't know. I am so curious to figure out what's going to be happening in this game. Based on what you've heard, what are you most excited about? Are you going to be playing the main quest right off the jump? Do you have a character backstory already set up? Tell me what you think in the comments below. I cannot wait till Thursday. I hope you guys will join me in seeing what the game is going to be like, because as soon as I can get it uploaded, I will be playing it on Xbox, and God knows how long I'll be playing, because he said multiple times that people have said that they are going to go in and play for an hour, and then they're in there for 3 to 6 hours, and it only felt like an hour, which is a good sign in my opinion. So I don't know how long the stream will actually last, but I am excited to know more, and I am so excited for the next few days so I can actually play this game. So guys, I will see you in space. Take care. As always, I want to give a huge shout out to all my channel members. You guys are rock stars, and without you, this would not be possible. So thank you so much for your support. I would like to go ahead and introduce Indie Rap, who is now a Quantum Deathclaw, PT Buns, who rejoined as a Glowing Deathclaw, and El Madafaka Channel as a Baby Deathclaw. Thank you guys for becoming members and or upgrading. I appreciate you, and I love you all. Take care.